folks, it's Toot on Maxwell here and welcome to episode 134 of the TNA Impact Wrestling TEW2013 Let's Play. You join us for Impact Wrestling. We're pretty much right in the middle of the build towards Turning Point. So again, we're trying to get a couple of storylines across, get 15 segments and 2 pre-show segments, but we're just hopefully adding a bit more heat to the feuds, make them a little bit more personal. So then next week, we have 2 great shows that are the go-home shows. And then we have a very, very good pay-per-view, which puts us in a prime position as we head into Bound for Glory. Similar to Crossfire, we'll be having this show in the Haas Pavilion in the Southwest region, and we'll be hoping for a lot better than that B-72 that happened purely on the basis of a very, very poor main event. So we've got a big match we hope delivers. We're putting faith in EC3 in the co-main event to see how he reacts with that. And again, we're just building up a couple of superstars and a couple of feuds that hopefully deliver. So without further ado guys, sit back, relax and enjoy TNA Impact Wrestling. So in front of 11,298 fans at the Haas Pavilion, our opening contest in a match that had some good action and average heat. The Forever Hooligans defeated the Hardys in 8:38, where Romero defeats Matt Hardy by pinfall. This was a B-77. Kozlov was off his game, still not bad considering he got a 77 rating. Both tag teams with excellent chemistry. There were no skill improvements, there was a lot of negatives because of Matt and Jess problems, but overall this is still a very good match with 2 very good tag teams, although to be fair we are trying to split up the first one. But none of them had anything really going on today's show, so it made sense to give them a good match to get the crowd up and ready. Our second match didn't really deliver as much, and about it featured great action and average heat. Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Drew Galloway in 10:47 by pinfall with a Bomb Yi. This gets a C61. A great performance from the announce team as always. No skill improvements. Actually really struggling with a lot of skill improvements these days. Was hoping we'd get a lot more. In the dirt sheet as negatives from both guys concerning gimmicks, stamina, not dealing with pressure, and just lots and lots of things. It could have been a lot better, but again, both guys are in need of a lot of momentum in my opinion and need to get over. Nakamura more so in this case. We start the show, and here comes the dangerous trio of Adam Cole, Chris Hero, and Colby Corino. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? Here we have a company whose fans thought that Chris Hero was over the hill. Passed it. Couldn't get the job done. And this company thought, let's put a guy who's down on his luck against our nephew, so he looks like $1 million bucks. Not against our friend. You see, Chris is like us. Chris is honour, respect, dignity, and is of course from Ring of Honor. So you losers all wanted him to go away, to retire, to give it all up. This is his job. This is Chris Hero's livelihood. You're monsters. Chris Hero then takes the mic from Adam Cole and says, so this is where it all begins again. All your disrespectful comments, your lack of respect, and this company's lack of leadership. We are united with honour, and we are going to take over. So Adam Cole was the real star, and Colby Corino was underwhelming. That's cool, that's cool. We're building him up, I can understand that, and that's why we get a D+51. But again, it's to hopefully rub some of the overness of the more popular guys onto him and get him over as well. So happy with that. There were no worker improvements, and the negatives, everybody with poor gimmicks, apart from Colby Corino. That's cool, we can work on that, that's fine. It's to all make sure it's fine at the end of the day, and we have the, at the end of the day the bigger picture is getting the ratings up, so hopefully building the stars can achieve that. Our opening contest then sees them in action, in a match that had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. Adam Cole, Chris Hero and Colby Corino defeated Hawkins and Team 3D in 9:55 when Adam Cole defeated Brother Devon with a Florida Key. This only got a C62, which I suppose isn't too bad because Hero and Colby haven't been in great matches recently. The announce team had a good job here, and Adam Cole stood out as being good. Hawkins is improving in his rumble skills, and as far as the dirt sheet goes, it's going to be a lot of negatives, with 3 of the guys being penalised for declining physical ability in the terms of Chris Hero, Brother Devon and Bullery. A lot of poor gimmicks, but I'm quite happy with most of the gimmicks. So normally if we really need to look at them, we'll look at them, but overall it's not a major concern of mine, as long as they're getting over. That's the main thing. We then have a match that had some good actions, but not much in the way of heat, where Bram defeats MVP in 6 minutes and 10 with KO. It's a D47. It's an okay match. It's just again building Bram up. He did some good work at James Mitchell, did some good work at ringside. No skill improvements, and MVP's another guy. So many negatives there, including the declining physical ability. Bram is the future, so we need to build him up. And then in an extremely short match, we have James Storm defeat Jesse Sorensen in 1 minute and 58 by pinfall with a surprise cradle. D+53, not bad considering he hasn't won in about a year. So overall for a 1 minute match, or 2 minute match, I'm very happy with that. Johnny Devine did some good work at ringside for Jesse Sorensen. There were no skill improvements. And overall, for considering that was only 2 minutes, that's pretty decent. I'm happy with that. And it builds up a mid-card potential storyline. Because we're in the GM's office where we're Kurt Angle. He's with Johnny Devine, Pinky Sanchez and DJZ. So Johnny Devine sprinted back to go and see Mr. Angle. And Angle says, "What the hell was that?" by Jesse Sorensen. "I gave him an easy match against an old timer, and this is how it goes down. Johnny, I have to be ensured you're giving me the best possible talent there is going. Don't let me down." Johnny Devine replies, Kurt, it's okay. It was a one-off freak match. He'll be fine. We'll be fine. The plan will go ahead as planned." So the question is, what exactly is this plan? And what is this deal between Johnny Devine and Kurt Angle? Regardless, it gives us a 6-day C rating, which is okay, building up some of the mid-card, and Kurt Angle came out of this looking excellent. Only negative is Kurt Angle being penalised for a poor gimmick. We then have a bout that featured solid in-ring action, but not much in the way of heat, as Davey Richards defeats Christopher Daniels in 6:27 with a DR Driver 2. D+52, again building up the Lone Wolf. There were no skill improvements, a lot of negatives, everyone bar holding back on Christopher Daniels. So again, he's just old, and we'll use him as a jobber until his contract expires. We then see in a backstage monitor TNA Knockouts champion Angelina Love scouting her potential future opponent in this upcoming match between Ivelisse Velez and Melissa. That gets a C-54. Pretty much building up for our potential Knockouts title match at the pay-per-view. The match itself, probably the worst between these two, which is a shame, but in a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat. Ivelisse Velez defeats Melissa in 6:37 by pinfall following the botched interference from Angelina. So she's seen what's happened, she's run out in the ring to try and make sure that Ivelisse doesn't win, and she fails. So C65, great chemistry between the two women. As I say, they've had 70 rated matches before, so it made sense to go with them again. The women's storyline advances, great from the commentary. There were no skill improvements, and the dirt sheet only has a few negatives, but in terms of length and stuff like that, it's very happy with that. That's cool. Again, we're working in the Knockouts division, and hopefully that comes good as we get further into the save. We then have a very good 6-man tag that had some good action and average heat, as Matt Taven, Masato Yoshino and Mascara Dorada defeat the X Division champion Morrison, Soldier Ant and Spud in just under 11 minutes, when Masato Yoshino, with his first win in a couple of months, defeats Spud with a lightning spiral. This gets a B-72. The X Division storyline has advanced, the colour commentary gave the match a boost, Masato Yoshino's improving his rumble skills, and as far as the dirt sheet goes, a lot of negatives there in terms of holding back, gimmicks, inconsistency. I hate the holding back thing, but it's a television thing, so there's absolutely nothing you can do about it on a TV taping, so that's cool. Next up in a bout that featured great action and a good crowd, Ricochet defeats Kota Ibushi in 10:24 when Ibushi was counted out fighting Shinsuke. I had to get it right that time, Shinsuke Nakamura. At ringside, Ricochet makes defense number 5 of his TNA Central Championship title. Disappointing, it was only a C63. Really thought these two would click. There were no skill improvements to comment on. Just again, title, prestige, the length of the match, and inconsistency and holding back. It happens, and unfortunately it happened on this occasion, but it made sense from a storyline perspective. Ibushi wants the title, and Nakamura's like, nope, not in my watch. Nakamura will stop at no cost when it comes to Ibushi. He chases him up the ramp, therefore causing the count out before Ibushi turns round to try and get a cheap shot in. He swings and he misses. This leads to Nakamura countering with a fantastic overhand right, and then continue to brawl in a very even fight with lefts and rights from both guys connecting. Nakamura then lands a kick to the midsection right on the edge of the stage, and then runs and delivers a bomb a yi, which sends Ibushi down to the floor below. What is next for this rivalry as agents and officials send Nakamura to the back as Ibushi is being checked on by the EMTs. So a B72, and it's really putting in the heat in this feud that these two guys, former tag team partners, hate each other. So I'm very happy with that. Negatives, poor gimmick and low momentum. But overall, this feud hopefully can elevate both these guys. But then backstage in catering, hi Zack Ryder, with Killer Elite Squad's Lance Hoyt. He's just chilling with Angelina Love. So he's just chilling when Angelina Love comes up to him and she starts flirting. Is this some sort of master plan now? So that Lance Hoyt can't make the main event? Before we find out what our true motive is, the camera pans away. So obviously tonight's main event is Samoa Joe against Harry Smith, the other member of the Killer Elite Squad. Is Angelina just making sure that Lance Hoyt isn't going to be there? I guess a C68. With no skill improvements, and overall, that's a pretty decent segment there. Because we've still got a good wee bit to go before that main event match. Our co-main event delivers in a bout that featured excellent in-ring action and great heat from the audience. Ethan Carter III defeats Kevin Steen in 9:48 with a headlock driver and a B81. It seems making EC3's matches very short, or not as long as like proper drawn out matches that main eventers should be having in my product. Seems to get a better rating for him. I guess I'm over Kevin Steen, as we may as well use him while he's available. There were no skill improvements, disappointingly, but the dirt sheet has just negatives for stamina. Stamina after 10 minutes, really EC3. Both men holding back and the length as well. Such a shame with EC3 that he's just no stamina, but again, that's one of those things that's built into the game. EC3 picks up the win, but this week it's not just Adam Cole that comes to attack him, it's Corino and Hero as well. They join in the fun. They attack first, and EC3 gets a little one-up on them before Cole makes it a 3-on-1 and nails EC3 with a Florida key. With EC3 down, he takes a mic, and Adam Cole begins to speak. We told you, we keep telling you, that this was always going to happen. And in 2 weeks at Turning Point, I will become the #1 contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And regardless of who the champion is, I will defeat them, and I'm going to take the title to Ring of Honor. So that's a C63. EC3 and Adam Cole came out of the segment looking good, and in EC3's case, excellent. Colby Corino looked dreadful, but again, it's building him up, and hopefully that can keep building him up. And the #1 contender storyline advances. There were no skill improvements, and the list of negatives there are for poor gimmicks and, unfortunately, low morale. In our main event, and a bout that featured great action and great heat from the audience, Samoa Joe defeats Harry Smith in 20:09 by pinfall. This also gets a B81. Joe improving his technical and performance skills, which is good as our main guy at the moment. Negatives there, Harry Smith being fatigued and both gentlemen holding back. But overall, I'm very pleased with that result. Which means a B-77 loses popularity in 6 regions, but gains his pop in 7. Whoever of a show that isn't in pay-per-view would just gain pop. I think it's probably down to the angle. I think if we had maybe a promo angle in before Joe faced Harry Smith, I think we would have been fine and maybe have scraped an 80. But because that angle had the likes of Colby and stuff in it, which it had to have for storyline purposes, it's dragged it down a little bit. But overall, I'm not too disheartened. It continues a few feuds. Popularity's okay. If we do drop down from national, At least I've got an excuse in the fact that CM Punk kind of disappeared for 6 months. But we'll have a look at, seems to be Shane Ballard. So we'll load to the main screen, we'll have a look at ratings, and of course the size, and how it's been affected with those shows there. Impact Wrestling was pretty good, they enjoyed it. Crossfire, pretty good, they enjoyed the show as well. Alex Kozlov needs a break apparently. ICW had an event, let's have a quick look at ICW. What was their event? ICW 2 Battle Song. They had Mikey Whiplash against James Scott. No idea who the tag teams are. Chris Renfrew against Dede Blaze as well. That's still decent. A sellout and a D plus 51. Not bad. Right, but let's look at us. Let's say it's another 6 days to Crossfire. We've dropped down the rankings again. We're now 10. And I thought we were getting better. Apparently we're not. Right, let's see. I think anything's really changed in terms of America. You know, still got that way about this treading above the 65 and one that's way under. So again, need to work on the Northwest. The problem is with the places we're expanding in, it's not going to get a rating up very quick. So we're still going to be very low in the likes of Eastern Europe and Scandinavia. But again, that'll over time go up and up and up. We quick look at Europe. As I say, it'll go up slowly but surely. Again, you really just need to really wait and see how that goes. But I think the places where probably lost popular would have been basically Britain, because that's all 78 rated places. But I'm not too worried. I'm still having fun, and that's the main thing. And as long as everybody's enjoying the save, then it's all good. You know, there'll be highs and there'll be lows. That's wrestling. How are we doing financially? 236 up. Alright, I think we would need to make a good pay-per-view. But I'd like to think our worker costs are down. Hopefully. So yeah, email. Kozlov needs time to heal. Harry Smith needs time to heal. As does Kozlov needs it twice because we gave him 2 gorilla matches. Okay, my bad. 0.96, so we're up on Bravo. 0.90, so we're down on FX Europe. And at 8.54, so a little bit of a drop on Spike. That's still pretty decent though, it's okay. And we've got 1 week to build up now to the pay-per-view, and hopefully we'll deliver a really good card and 2 good shows before then. So that's it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, smash the hell out of that like button. If you get any comments on this save, on the series, anybody you'd like to see me try and bring in if they become available, let me know. Let me know how your TW save's getting on. Always good to talk about wrestling in general, to be honest. And until next time, this is 21 Maxwell on the road to Turning Point. I'll see you all real soon. Bye bye.